Yeah, so recording this will show a proposal for dollar cost average of KPC, depending on the range that you want to do. So over here, if you look at it, this shows the USDC's BTC code. So I'm going to switch it to USDC so it's easier to look at it. So let's say you think that the price, you want to dollar cost average all the way down, depending on what you think the lower bound is going to be. And then over here, there's two ways to do it. Either you place your funds below the current price range and you deposit all in USDC. Only when the price falls below and then you start to dollar cost average into this code over here. So the average price of the entire 100K, for example, right, is placed here. Your average buy price is actually half of 4,305 and 82,000. So that works out to be about 88,000 average buy. So what this method actually allows you to do is that it allows you to earn a certain amount of APR. So I just put one tick above, so it's 70% APR. So on 100K, that's about 70K divided by 365. So let me work out the numbers very quickly. 70K divided by 365, right? So it's about $200 a day as long as the price continues to go down to range over here. So I think the downside is that, it's different from placing a limit order. So let's say you really, you have super high conviction that it will definitely pass 82,000 or even 83,000, right? That's a lower bound price. So if you do that, you can just set a limit order and wait for the price to hit. And then once it hits, of course, you get all the gains, really bounce back over the longer term. Whereas in this strategy here, what you are doing is that you actually have an expectation of a range that you think that price is going to be in. So long as it's going to be there for quite some time. So you think that okay, over the next 2-3 weeks, I think the price is going to keep going down over this time, but I'm not exactly sure. And then the market conditions will come and change. So if, for example, at 2 weeks from now, actually the price still stays around like 2,000, right? You would have bought in probably this portion of your USD will be bought into BTC at the average price of, let's say, like 3,000, whereas you still have this lump sum of USDC that you can choose to buy in or to withdraw completely. So this pool, once you enter into it, you are able to pick up anytime, you can put it anytime. So that's the flexibility that you have. Just that you really, you just have to be able to make transactions when necessary, depending on how volatile the market is. One strategy is also that, during periods of volatility, you actually pick out your entire asset and then you wait for the price to stabilize again. So let's say today, right, it's a 4 PTI. So you think that, okay, actually there's going to be a huge bump. So don't leave your liquidity pool as it is, take it out. And then let's say the price dumps all the way to 85,000, right? And then you think, okay, that's a good buying price. So you can actually basically buy in this portion of vacancy using your remaining USD funds over here. And then retain the USDC over here in order to connect to LP subsequently. Because you think that maybe 85K is not the bottom, there might be a bounce and it might go down again. But this is how you can use a liquidity pool position to manage entries and exits depending on what's your outlook for the market at all time. And really depends on the fees as well. I think the fees being 60-70% is quite decent. Another example is that I've been doing this for 3 USDC, and then the fluctuation and the fees are actually quite high, and it allows me to get a yield longer term. So this is an example of how you can choose to deposit your funds. So I think back to the example that I showed you. Let's say you do want to take a look at just supplying USDC. I think there's a few options. And it tends to fluctuate. I think it's about 10%. You can split the funds, let's say 50K onto Moonwell, and then another 50K onto, let's say, for example, extra high. There's also RH, which we mentioned before. You can also split, USDC funds over here, which we're being at about 8%. Yeah. And then it shows the average APR in terms of RH. I think you can consider these things. Probably that's how I will go about proposing some of these pool actions.